Hello, I am back with new topic. So far I have discussed literature, English literature with 16th century literature, Elizabethan age. We have discussed William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe and their works. Slightly I wanted to talk to everybody. This lecture is meant for everybody. Honestly speaking, it's a communication skills, soft skills, business communication, corporate communication. What exactly now it is needed for our career planning or development opportunities. We must know that importance of vocabulary. English language is universal language, international language. My dear friends and colleagues, it is high time that we must have to inculcate in us with abundant word power. It is said that if you have words, you have the capacity to win the world. That means the vocabulary matters. What I say, that must reach to you. A teacher speaks, then a student has to understand. If I don't make understand others, then it is difficult to call a teacher. A teacher, one who successfully reaching each and every student of his class and also the entire needy, that is the students. Once your lecture makes them to remember forever in their life what you taught, how you taught, that must be there permanently in their permanent memory. As you know that psychology students or psychology teachers must be knowing three types of memory powers we have: short-term memory, medium memory and permanent memory. Our teachings must prove not short-term, a simple long-term, but it must be a permanent impact in the minds of the students. What is communication? Communication is a two-way process. Sender, receiver, message, medium, language. Is that every action has reaction, ultimately interaction. Action, reaction and interaction. Communication. Our communication must be exact. What we teach, what we learn, it must go hand in hand. There should not be any confusion. There should not be any perturbedness when we talk. There must be clarity, graphically, and vivid way of explanation is required for a betterment of our future. Now I would like to talk with regard to soft skills. Very simple. What is communication? What types of communication? We have to improve. What way and how it is? Writing skills, listening skills, reading skills. Everything should be followed properly. Reading, remembering. Writing, exact way of not committing errors. And listening matters. When you listen properly, then you can able to write properly. When you practice reading, writing and listening, then definitely you will be a perfect in future in your own life. Why most of the people unable to explain things properly? Because lack of word power, lack of confidence and lack of vocabulary. In business communication, As much you speak, that much growth, development can be seen. It all matters how you write also. You write a business letter that should contain proper message without errors. Then only the other party will understand what you are writing is good. So writing skills matters. Now when we talk about different types of communication, communication means not just reading, writing and listening also. But while you communicate matters, your body language, facial expressions, gestures, all this can be seen. Of course, now COVID has come, facial expressions cannot be seen by anybody. As you remember, no? What is happening? Everybody must have to wear face mask, cloth or something to cover the face, nose, mouth. Then reactions like facial expressions cannot be seen nowadays. I don't know how long it will be, but in communication it has become barriers. Now barriers to communication, hurdles. There are a lot of hurdles. When we talk of, say sometime, communication gets disruption. How it happens? Because of some reasons, physical barriers, semantic barriers, cross-cultural barriers, language, semantic barriers. Say, sometimes people cannot pronounce some words. Say for example, victory, the word. Victory, V-I-C-T-O-R-Y, victory. Orissa or from West Bengal, people will not able to pronounce V, but they pronounce as B. They say victory. Victory, victory, they say. So these kind of something, vowels, they say bowels. In the stomach, bowels. Vowels, V-O-L, vowels are different. A-E-I-O-U, vowels. But they talk about vowels, then don't get confused. These are some kind of vocabulary problems, that pronunciation problems are there. Some South Indians, like mostly from Kerala people, simply, when I S-I-M-P-L, simple, they say symbol, simple, symbol. Oh, some type, it all happens. These are, these can be called as barriers to communication. Sometimes you misunderstand people. But in communication skills, one should understand how to speak exactly, perfectly. That all matters. Addition to this, I would like to add methods. Methods means not just reading and listening. Writing. Why do we write? Writing matters. A written paper matters. Proof, authentication, documentary evidence. We write bonds, agreements, we exchange letters of understanding, that is called Memorandum of Understanding, because unscrupulous practice can be avoided. Anything that takes place between you and me, say for example, you borrow money from me, I have to give you, say, I will expect from you to write assuring that you will return the money which you took from me. That means a kind of promissory note or a kind of receipt like agreement should be there. If we don't write, what happens? The person who took money may be forgetting to return you. Without having any document, one can easily run away also. That means what? Unscrupulous practice can be avoided in business. Our memorandum of understanding must be written properly. Written communication matters. Theory of communication. We talk. Say words have the quality of evaporation. Evaporation means you must be knowing how water in sun Because of heat, the water evaporates like heat waves. Similarly, if we don't take things in writing, it will go like that only. Every activity. That means what? In business, not only writing letters but creating reports also very important. These are all very important for every student, not just arts. It is important for commerce, science, engineering, medical. Everybody should have to write some reports, some project outcomes, findings, suggestions, recommendations. Research work is planned and written as a permanent document, documentary proof. There we mention each and every activity that we did, when, how, with what quantity, with what group people. So many aspects that we put on paper. That is called reports, projects, research, you know, research work. All this is very necessary, not just for a purpose of keeping some papers. Now, say, written part of communication, for example, you should have an identity of yourself. Who are you? Just a face is not impossible, enough. You should have an identity. Your face, your picture must have to be stick on a small card, like we call it like identity card. Their picture, along with that, your name, your designation, your place, everything is there. So all kinds of things communicates us. Communication matters. If, say, according to Aristotle, what he said sometime in his book, I remember, he one who decides in isolation, he one who decides in isolation either must be God or a beast. You understand what is this? He one who decides in isolation. Nowadays isolation is very much we hear. Isolation means keeping aloof, alone somewhere without contacting anybody. Some time ago, some hundreds of years ago, Aristotle told that isolation. That sentence today is that word is very common nowadays because of this COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic. Remember, isolation is very common. That time Aristotle clearly said in his book, he one who decides in isolation either must be a god or a beast. Can anybody stop talking with anybody for 1 day or 2 days? Person will go mad. But now quarantine has come, 14 days, some says 20 days. How can you stay all alone? You'll go mad. But virus is there, no. Life matters, so you have to quarantine. Here, why he wanted to make an understanding is, he one who desires in isolation either must be a god or a beast. God cannot communicate, Baba. Even beast, wild beast means what? Jungle animals. You go there, they will finish you. Just they will have a good meal for them. So God and beast never communicate with humans. Humans only communicate with each other. Further, what Aristotle said? The man is a social animal. What is this? Man is a social animal and gregarious and need the company of others. We are social animals and need the company of others to live our life. It's not easy to be alone, to be in isolation. But because of this virus, you have necessarily be in quarantine. Otherwise, life is at stake, not for you, but for others also. Further, what I would like to tell you is, our life goes with communication. Can you stop watching TV? Can you stop reading newspapers? Can you stop talking to your friends? Can you stop communicating through WhatsApp messages, Instagram, Facebook, very common, Facebook. People are wasting or communicating their time, communicating to whatsoever it may be, somehow or the other. Every now and then people is in contact with each other. They talk several times. They meet people on webinar, these view teams, and so many apps have come through which people start communicating, like teleconferencing, and Zoom, Chinese application, but we are stopping to use it. And we started Telegram or some kind of other applications also have come, and we are using all these tools, all these applications to get touch with everybody. That is called communication. Though we may be in isolation, but still we used to keep on touch through talking with our smartphones, email, and many other ways we communicate each other. Friends, what I am trying to tell you is communication skills matters. We have to understand each and every one. Today English language matters for everybody. Every corner of the world, the language matters. Today I am reaching you and making you understand because of this language. Maybe Britishers have looted us 2 trillion, 3 trillion of wealth from our country, but they gave us some knowledge also, some wisdom also, some aspects of that what we are utilizing it, and today we are becoming very popular people in the world. All over the world our Indians are doing very great work for the nation and keep in touch with each and every one from different countries also. People have become very popular and famous in America, Australia, Europe, wherever. So it is great country because of great hardworking people who made English as a subject for them to learn at each and every stages of learning. So I just wanted to highlight the importance of communication skills, corporate communication, business communication matters, writing matters, talking also. When you sell something, you have to explain the quality, quantity, and durability, and with warranty also. Every aspect is needed in communication through which we can become successful in life. I hope the time was given for me almost 1.5 hours that I am completing this online lecture. The opportunity was given to me by our principal, Bhavan's College, IQAC members, and my dear students. Do study well. Any doubts, please contact. My number is everywhere with you also, through email, WhatsApp, and even you can call me also. Thank you for joining with me, staying with me, listening to this lecture. I finally say all the best. Keep yourself take care and stay at home safely. God bless you all. Nice to meet you, and looking forward to meet you once everything goes out of this pandemic. Till then, bye bye. See you shortly.